Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We're just curious
What are you doing again?
You're curious about what?
what you're doing.
Recording, yes.
I'm recording, yeah.
Are you supposed to be in here?
Am I not supposed to be in here? This is a public building. I'm sorry, ma'am.
We're just
In your way.
just a little. Nobody knows who you are. That's why.
I don't know who you are.
Well, we work here.
Okay. It's good to know. What's your name?
Bill.
Excuse me, Bill.
Can we help you with something?
No, I don't need any help. Thank you. Am I doing something wrong?
No.
Okay.
I don't know, just trying to figure out what you are doing.
Just video recording, sir. That's it.
Okay. Or could I ask for what purposes?
Personal purposes. I'm not going to divulge right now, but just personal purposes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm going to go wherever it's publicly accessible, sir.
That's what I'm asking you to just stick to wherever it's,
This is publicly accessible, sir.
well, it's publicly accessible, but it's not for the public. The courtroom is, but
How is it not for the public?
that's for employees.
What was your name?
Bob Giuliano.
Bob Giuliano, and you work for...
I'm working in the village.
Okay, great, thank you. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Hallway over there.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but this is a public hallway.
Well, it isn't.
Now that you closed and locked the door, it isn't.
I didn't close anything.
Now that you did that, it isn't. I guess you can do that. Seems kind of rude to me, though. Seems kind of rude, but
I didn't close anything, but just want to.
yeah, okay.
Stick to the.
Just want to keep the public out, right?
No, not at all. We're.
Do you guys have something to hide from the public? Is that why you're closing the door?
I didn't. You have me on video.
You work here, though. You work here, though.
I'm on record not closing anything.
You work here. Are you a supervisor here?
Would you like to go into the building report? You can go over here.
Are you a supervisor?
I am.
So one of your employees closed the door to a publicly accessible area.
The building report.
Great. Very nice. Not a lot of people working today, huh? That was very rude, sir.
No, just not public access.
It is public access.
No, it isn't.
It is public access. Yes, it is.
Now I got a problem if you're recording the employees, so.
I'm just recording.
Appreciate it if you
I'm working on a story, sir.
Okay, I appreciate if you want to do that.
I understand.
Okay, so.
I would appreciate if you didn't close that door.
Okay, well, I did not close the door, and I'm going to have to ask you then if you would shut the camera off at this point.
I am not going to shut the camera off.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you to leave.
And I'm not going to leave, sir. All I'm doing is filming.
I know, but I don't want you filming the employees. I don't think the employees want you filming them. They haven't given you permission to film them.
I don't need their permission to film them, sir.
I think you do.
I do not.
Okay, well that's where we're disagreeing. So I'm going to.
So we're gonna have to disagree on that, sir.
Right.
Okay.
At this point, I'm going to ask you to leave.
And I'm going to politely decline that request, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we can meet.
I mean,
county police here. I mean,
You can have the county police come here all you want, sir. I'm sure they will.
Look, I
do
have
their-
no
do
problem
their
with
job.
you filming this area, but I don't want you filming employees.
I understand that you don't want that, but unfortunately, they're public employees, so that
Well,
means that they have no expectation of privacy.
That is.
and-
Show me that. That is not my understanding of the
okay,
law.
so we can have somebody explain it to you.
I think, or you.
Okay,
So until
Well,
it's
and we will see.
So until it's explained, I would ask you just to shut that off.
No, I'm not going to do that, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't want you filming my employees.
I understand that. I know that you don't want that.
So I'm asking you politely to shut your camera off until we get it all. If it's shown that you can.
That's not how it works. I don't shut my camera off, and then when it's proven that I can film whatever I want in here, then I'm going to turn it back on. That seems backwards. I have a right to film.
I don't think you do have a right to film. You
Okay.
have a right to film this area, the public areas that you were filming. Is
Okay.
Fine.
If that's I can't change your
But
beliefs,
when
sir.
it comes to the employees of the village, I would ask you not to film it.
Okay, and I understand that, and I'm politely declining that request. Again, like I said, you might not believe, you might believe a certain way. I can't convince you otherwise.
Then I can't convince you the other way.
Exactly. So
I'm
I don't know what else.
Until it's proven one way or the other, I'm going to ask you to shut your camera off, or just not film the employees.
And I understand that you're asking me that, sir.
Okay.
I get that 100%, but I'm telling you that I'm not, because respectfully, that I'm not. Sorry.
Exactly. Everybody's being very respectful.
Yeah,
Just asking
great. I love a good dialogue, but
Just asking
again,
you not to film the employees.
okay, I understand. Excuse me, sir. Thank you.
Sorry.
Hey, now, once again, I'm asking you not to film the employees.
I understand that. I'm observing what they're doing here.
Okay. I'm asking you not to film the employees.
I understand that, sir.
Okay. And once again, I'm asking you politely not to film the employees of the village.
And once again, I understand your request. I'm just filming in a public building. That's it.
Yes, I know you're filming in a public building, but I don't want you filming the employees of the village.
May I ask why?
Because they haven't consented to be filmed.
Well, if they're working in a public building, they did consent because there's no expectation of privacy in a
totally
public building.
inaccurate.
There's no expectation of privacy in a public building. sir.
Absolutely is.
If they wanted privacy, you know what they would do? You know what they would be required to do? They would be required to go into one of those offices and close the door, and then they'd have their privacy. But being out in the open in a setting like this,
Well, they are in an office right now. They're in an office.
they're in an office that I can see into from a public area. Yeah. So that's just the way it is.
Asking-
Unfortunately,
Once again, respectfully asking you to not film the employees.
respectfully declining, sir. Unfortunately.
Is there any other filming that you want to do, or
I will get
or
to
you
it.
complete?
No, I'm not. I'm not complete. I'm not complete with what I'm doing. Unfortunately.
Once again,
For
can
you.
I ask you why you're filming?
I'm filming because for personal reasons, sir. I told you that. For personal reasons. It's a personal project I'm working on. That's it. Nothing sinister here. What is it that they do here?
Different business for the permits, court, whatever it might be for the whole village related taxes.
Hi, ma'am. See, that's your right to do that. Not a big deal. You don't see me getting all in a tiffy over it. It's your right. Who's that guy you told to go in the office?
Just like you said, it's not your business.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, I'm sure you got enough footage now. So
I will
once again,
have-
I'm gonna ask you to leave.
Once again, I'm going to decline that request, sir. Unfortunately for you, because I'm going to decline it. Hi, ma'am. Hey, ma'am, make sure you don't erase that video, okay? Because you're a public employee. I'm gonna request to see that footage.
It's our private phone.
But she's in an official capacity.
It's our private
You're
phone.
not a very good lawyer.
No, if you're a public employee and you're taking video while you're being paid by the public,
Okay.
that becomes public information. Just so you know. Just so you know.
I know what you-
I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you when I put
the
the.
law degree. I know what I.
Okay.
Okay, great. I'm not here to argue with you, sir. I don't know why you're being so confrontational.
I'm not. Just like you said, it's not our business why you're filming. It's not your business why we send these people away without any.
You could send them away, do whatever you want.
Correct.